Alright, hey y'all, this is Amari Blaze. I'm finna tell my story time about how I got jumped and stabbed, and it's going viral, and the backstory or whatever, because it seems to have everybody confused. Everybody got their own opinions, and I'm tired of y'all saying I'm dragging it, but y'all really the ones dragging it. Like, I can't even refresh my feed without seeing me on that bitch. So I'm finna tell my sad, whether y'all ass like it or not, whether y'all like me or not. After this, I don't really give no fuck. I'm over it. I'm over the whole situation. I'm ready to be done with it. And y'all just steady talking. So yeah, I'm finna tell my sad and leave it at that. And disclaimer, I might not say a few names because I just feel like some people in this story don't deserve any clout up off me any longer. If they want to like expose themselves, I really don't give a fuck. But I'm finna tell it all because I feel like it be a lot of shit going on in the industry, and y'all always be on the outside trying to look in, trying to understand what's really tea. So I'm finna give y'all the tea. Alright, so boom. So 2022 going into 2023, it was a lot of girls that was like coming up with the rap shit from Chicago, because that's where everybody from. Well, I'm from the suburbs, I ain't never been scared to say I'm from the suburbs of Chicago, cool, or whatever. So it was a lot of us coming up and stuff, and it was only relevant motherfuckers around that time. I think it was like Pretty Leah, me, Big Daddy Dage. It was a few motherfuckers that were doing their shit, popping their shit, had their own little viral moments and stuff like that. Cool. So Chicago Wave, they made a top 10 female rappers of Chicago post. I was on it. Money the G, Pretty Leah, Cash, Mellow Bucks, all of us was on that bitch. Cool. So once I seen Chicago Wave make that post, I'm like, I was already on my like whole woman empowerment stuff. I'm like, I want to see a lot of us like go up together. Like, that was my whole thing. Like, let me get a group of girls together. Now keep in mind, I know Cash from high school. We went to Hillcrest together. I know Money from like mutual people, like, from parties and being in the city. And I knew Mello because like she didn't really have that many followers, but I seen one of her raps and I'm like, damn, shorty cool. So, cause I never been no hating ass bitch. That's why y'all be killing me when y'all think like a motherfucker was a hater and never gave that. But yeah, so I'm like, I'm finna make all of us do a song together. I bring us together on some, look, y'all, we can go up. And it was Pretty Leah on the song originally too. So it was really 5 girls. So I'm like, y'all, let's come up with a song. Cool. Everybody had to send in beats. Everybody had to send in like, man. So like everybody had to send in beats. Everybody had to, come up with their little bars, stuff like that. Cool. Now, Mellow producer, shout out Choo Choo at the time or whatever. Nobody in the group knew that Mello was already like had a deal or something going on with Laka Films and No More Heroes. So it was like, okay, cool. Like, let's just all like figure out who beat we gonna use. Choo Choo end up having a Mouse Couture beat. And I'm like, damn, that's a raw ass beat. Like that, like Mouse Couture guns, we doing drill song, like that's perfect. And like, let me just give y'all a full disclaimer. Like, how I look at this drill shit, music shit, Chicago, I look at it as pure entertainment. I always say that. Same way a motherfucker killing somebody in the movie, they not out here really killing somebody in real life. I look at it as art, as whatever you want to do. It's the wave. And sometimes you got to catch your audience. So that's how I take this shit. So before y'all even go in the comments like, oh, you was doing drill, so you didn't know. We all females at the end of the day. Ain't none of us got a body, so let's just get that clear. Ain't none of these bitches clapping shit. Let's start there. Like I said, keep in mind, she already had some shit going on with Laka Films or whatever the case may be that we did not know of. So they offered us to come to No More Hero Studios to record the song. Cool. The order y'all hear us on the song, keep in mind, Pretty Leah is on the actual original version. She's in the middle. But the order y'all hear us on the song is the orders we literally came in the studio. So cool. So we all was on the song, we got in that bitch. Everybody heard their verse. They like, damn. Like, that shit raw as fuck. Cool. Now, we end up making a TikTok. That bitch do 1 million in a night. We wake up the next morning like, what the fuck, y'all? Like, we viral as fuck. Like, damn, this bitch finna go. We gotta hurry up and shoot. No More Heroes and O Visuals, they like, yeah, let us shoot this bitch for you. We, like, y'all might as well, whatever. They was like, so since we shooting it for y'all might as well let it be Mello's song. So now we like, hold on, it's all the girl songs. So they like, hell no, it ain't all the girl songs. Basically, they like, it can only go on one girl album, so it can only be one girl song. And since y'all shot it with us, y'all got it at y'all recorded at No More Heroes studio, and it's her producer beat, is gonna be her song. So this is like, pause, let me just tell y'all, this part I'm not necessarily mad about, because the more I got into the industry, the more I realized we should have known about the business side of shit, and that it technically would be her song since all of that. But at the time, we thinking like we just going into the studio just to record, but it's all of us in a team effort. It ain't for one bitch, you feel me? So they ate with that one little thing, basically tricking us into recording with them. So, cause we already had did it, we wasn't finna go back in and and re-record. We already went viral. So we like, fuck it, Mello can have it. Boom. Now it's time for the split sheets. The split sheets like, let Mello get like 50% or more than 50%, whatever the fuck it said, and we like split the small amount. Nah, now y'all just trying to do too fucking much. Now y'all just basically trying to make this all about Mello. I was already peeping shit, and that's why I end up getting a lawyer involved and somebody that can, monitor what was going on, because I felt like, yeah, they trying to get down on us. They trying to make this a moment for their artists. I already see where this shit is going. This shit gonna go left. I kept telling myself this, but my people was like, just stay humble. Just, still work as a group, a team effort, be a girls, be supportive and everything, or whatever the case may be. Mind y'all, keep in mind, Locka and them was telling us like, yeah, we gonna pay for y'all to be on Neighborhood Talk and all these different vlogs and shit like that. We gonna turn y'all up. So boom, right before the song dropped, I wasn't around. I had a performance because, like I said, I already had my own motion going on before this song. But I had a performance going on, so they ended up going to the radio station without me. It was all the girls. Pretty Leah ain't show up. Come to find out, one of the radio ladies, I guess she told them, like, yeah, Pretty Leah and her manager was talking shit about the girls, and basically was saying, like, she was saying we was basically the Destiny Childs to her Beyonce, whatever the fuck. That got cleared up, so I'm not even gonna get too deep into that, because it was a lot of rah-rah about whether it was the manager or whether it was Pretty Leah. And honestly, I don't give a fuck no more, because, like, I don't give a fuck what no bitch say. I'm my own entity, and I don't care because I write my own shit. So, but anyways, like I was saying, yeah. So after they heard what supposedly the manager and Pretty Leah was saying, they end up taking Pretty Leah out the song before we dropped it. So we end up shooting the video without Pretty Leah, and we end up dropping the video or whatever. So the video ended up going up, whatever. Once it went up, it was this whole debate about who had the best verse, yada, yada, yada. Now, y'all know yours truly was voted the most, because every song I got on, I dogged. But y'all already know how I'm coming lyrically, so that was neither here nor there. But I feel like personally, every girl did their big one. Like, everybody had their own individual way of rapping, like I said. So cool, but y'all know I'm just lyrically gifted. So y'all, once we went viral, No More Heroes and Locka Films, they paid all the blog sites to post us. But when they posted us, they paid them to only tag Mello and to hashtag the rest of the girls. So basically, if you're not understanding what I'm saying, they was paying for only their artists to have exposure. Because if you know how social media is wired, you're not going to click on the hashtag and try to go find the page for real. You want it to be as easy as possible for your audience to get to you. So you're going to tag the person. So I'm like, and they had her in a big picture and then us in little boxes and shit. And I'm just like, okay, I see what her label is doing. They're trying to basically push this. So before we dropped it, they told us, like, it's going to be called Mouse Couture or whatever, and it's gonna say all the girls' names. It's not gonna be one girl song. It's gonna be all the girls. It will only be one girl song on paper, but on YouTube or whatever, it will be all y'all song. But once we dropped it, they dropped it as that, but then they went in. Yeah, so they went in and changed it to Mello Bucks featuring all of us or whatever the case may be. So it was like, okay, I was personally peeping all this shit. My family and friends that was around me and knew the whole backstory, they was peeping it and coming to me like, what the fuck type of timing they on? So I already knew, like, but my mama kept telling me, like, Bree, just enjoy the exposure and don't let it get to you, and just pipe your shit. So I'm like, okay, cool, like, it's all right. Like, and at this time I still wasn't feeling no way towards Mello. Like, we was all in the group chat, me, Mello, Cash, and Monty, and we was always every day talk about sisterhood, talk about not letting the internet break us up, like us, like, having a real a bond, a situation like that. So cool. So it was just like, whatever, like, I trusted that Mello wouldn't be on no shady bitch shit. If anything, it would just be her label on some weird shit. Like, I wasn't looking at her and oh, bitch, you up to some type of way. I was fucking with her. Like, we literally, like, kicked it. So cool. So now on to the performances and everything that we did together. Everybody wanted us to come on a tour. We went on Glorilla, A Boogie, Lola Brooke. Like, the list go on and on. We did Rolling Loud, Lollapalooza. Well, I did Lollapalooza, but I'm going to get to that. And we did everything together. Everything was going good. We was going city to city, state to state, popping our shit, doing our big one. It wasn't no issue. Like, everybody was, like, singing our songs back to us, all type of shit. But keep in mind, like, once it came to the money aspect of shit, like, let's say, for instance, this when the beef started, like, getting real weird. So somebody wanted to pay us $10,000 for a performance, and each girl basically would get 2,000. But she started basically being greedy, like, no, she need 10,000 alone. So the fuck you mean you need 10,000 alone, bitch? Ain't nobody booking you for Pretty Op, bitch. They're booking you for Mouse Couture, bitch. So you're getting your 2K. Like, stop getting ahead of yourself now. That's when it started getting weird. So basically, in a nutshell, the people like, well, that's out of their budget. So basically, without all four girls, they didn't want none of us. So like, we would miss out on opportunities because motherfuckers couldn't come to a common ground with the money aspect of shit. Now, y'all already seen how me, Cash, and Money, and all of us got into it. So I'm not even finna like really reminisce because I don't got no problem with either one of them. Me and Money is back cool, but I don't got no problem with Cash. Like, we just never talked again. But that whole situation with her, like, that's a whole nother realm of shit that's like to get into. So I'm gonna just keep it to what's at focus because that's just some whole other goofy shit like that don't even make no sense. So anyways, we was all like behind the scenes like arguing with each other, and they felt the way too about everything. It wasn't just me who felt the way. So that, let me just clear that up. All the girls felt the way. We always get into it with her, and she would tell stuff to Cash like, Cash, why the fuck you think you worth this much and you ain't even got a hit song besides this? Like, she used to try to dog her. So now this is where I'm getting to a person I don't even want to get her no more clout, so I'm gonna just call her It. So basically, It was doing my hair like around this whole time where we was kind of like arguing and shit like that. And while she was doing my braids for promo and stuff like that, because you know she was dick riding me too, but she was doing my hair for promo, whatever. And you know how you in your hairstylist chair, bitch, I'm getting braids. So I was in that girl chair for like 10-11 hours, G. So as I'm getting my hair done, I was telling It like, you know, Mello got me fucked up. This girl, like, who she feeling like? Like, damn, like, bitch, we came up together. Why you getting big headed? Why you don't want to do performances if they not paying you this and paying you that? Like, I just kept trying to urge her, like, let's just get the exposure. We can focus on the money later. So this is what I'm basically venting about to It. So It, like, she all in my face, like, yeah, cool, right? So keep in mind, fast forward. And y'all gonna see why it matters later on in the story. So cool. So fast forward or whatever. We did Rolling Loud together. Now, the experience at Rolling Loud, I already kind of told a lot of people about. They were just basically being weird, like trying to mistreat us, trying to like basically just think they bullies. Just it was doing a whole bunch of weird shit during the trip, trying to make me and Monty purposely miss the performance. It was just a lot of like weird shit. Keep in mind, Mello and Cash used to call each other Miami and JT, even though the JT to her Miami was finna let her ass get her ass towed down up at O Block, but that's a whole nother story. But anyways, they used to be like doing little weird shit, like texting each other little secret shit, like just like leaving me and Monty excluded, like to the point it was just like weird. So yeah, the Rolling Loud experience kind of was like another thing that was like we argued about in private, still wasn't public to the public eye yet. So this is where It come back into play. So It must have seen Mellow Bucks and one of my hairstylists, shout out Miracle, saw them boxing on his TV. So she like, I see a hairstylist boxing a rapper. So It called me out and was like, let me box you. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking this on some playful stuff. Like, all right, fuck it, I'll box her. Like, I don't mind. Like, it's just, you know, us having fun or whatever the case may be. So, I boxed her, but after I got done boxing her, she was doing all that rah-rah on live. I just whooped Amari Blaze ass. Afterwards, they posted the video. They was like, they felt like neither one of us won. Some people was like, nah, Amari beat your ass. It just wasn't the results and the reaction that she thought she was going to get or whatever. But I wasn't taking it that serious. So I'm like, bitch, like, I was like, bitch, nah, she mad because of some shit that a conversation that we had when I was getting my hair done by her. That's a whole nother situation, whatever, right? So I'm like, this why this bitch mad. So then when we started going back and forth, me and It was going back and forth about who won, this, that, and third. She was getting mad. She like, and Mello, that's why Amari Blaze was talking shit about you when she was in my chair. So I'm like, girl, I hate bitches like you. Like, first of all, let me just clear the air. Can't no hoe say that's like sneak this and none of that. Like, bitches need to stop acting like when they not in a bitch chair and they mad at a motherfucker, or they not around their friends and they mad at a motherfucker, they don't vent to their friends or vent to a motherfucker that they know. Like, please stop acting innocent on this bitch. And at the end of the motherfucking day, everything that I said to you in your chair was what I was saying to Mello in her messages. So none of it was sneak dissing. But, you know, Mello took the bait and she was like, oh, bitch, yeah, and motherfuckers be already telling me that you be sneak dissing me and da-da-da. Baby, please, motherfuckers be trying to be messy. Like, you know personally anything that I've ever felt about you, I came to you about. I have always been the most vocal person, as y'all can see. So cool. I watched Mello go on live and was like, you know, she started calling me fat. She started saying this, started saying that. Shit that she been wanting to say, pressure that she been feeling about me. Like, you could kind of tell, like, in the atmosphere, like, especially because out of all 4 girls on the song, me and Mello was the most relevant and most talked about. Everybody was like, Mello and Amari got it. Like, not everybody fuck with Cash verse, not everybody fuck with Monty verse, or whatever. Or, like, they felt that they was decent. Like, it was different opinions, but the noise and the gossip was about me and Mello. Like, everybody kept comparing us. So, I feel like, honestly, she took me as competition, and that's just real tea. Like, and I done ate her up, like, on every song we done did together, and that's real fucking facts. But I be trying to be humble, because I know, like, what I got, but, like, and I give it to her. Like, I always say she's a raw ass rapper, but in reality, we know I dogged on every song. So I know that'll, like, make a bitch feel away if they don't know how to just, you know, be on a song with a bitch that can eat them up. Like, and it's not even about that, but yeah. And just keep in mind, it's so much, like, little shit that I ain't even thrown in there, like, throughout this whole process that would, like, add to the pot. But it's, like, it's been said so many times, and, like, going down 2 years of memory lane, it's been so much that happened. But, yeah, back to the story. Oh, and before I even continue, let me just say, I gotta go back a little bit, just so y'all can know one thing. When it came to the remix of Mouse Couture with Lotto on it, Locka Films and all them told us that all the girls will be on the song with, first, originally it was Glorilla, but then they switched it to Lotto at the last minute, and Locka called my phone and he was like, I'm gonna tell you this right now. We taking the girls off the song because Lotto want all y'all off the song, because she want to be the reason, she want to be the person that brings Mello out. So I'm like, huh? Lotto just made a whole motherfucking post about how she a girls and she want to give free features out to girls. Why would she want all of us off the song? But this is what Locka Films is telling us. So now me and, like, the girls looking at Lotto like, huh? Like, okay, that don't make sense, but whatever, cool. Whole time, according to Lotto or according to whoever, it was them who wanted us off the song for Mello. So it was just a whole bunch of back and forth about that. Then keep in mind, when the Mouse Couture song, the Boom Part 2 dropped, because mind you, Disney Channel told us that we had to change the title, so we changed it to Boom. That's why I got changed from Mouse Couture to Boom and Boom Part 2. We hated that fucking title, but we didn't have no choice, because they don't want to, and then nobody want to get sued. But me, I was like, man, fuck it. Let Disney sue us. Look at that motherfucking hashtag, that line, like, Disney sues the Mouse Couture girls. I wouldn't have gave a fuck. I love Disney. Disney is like, you know, but it's just like, bro, like, that's a base that would make us blow. I was just thinking about us getting them as much exposure as possible. Like, it's just one song, whatever, cool. But they wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. So okay, cool. So that's why we changed the song. But when I heard Lotto verse, I heard something from a recent song that I just dropped, and it's called Hit the Road, Jackson. When she said it, everybody tagging me like, ain't that from your song? So I'm like, I know good and damn well this bitch ain't take us off the song and use my motherfucking lyrics. So this whole thing going on, like, Lotto stole Amari lyrics and da-da-da. Now, I'm not saying she just flat out stole my lyrics, because I know how y'all be like, motherfuckers be reaching and chasing, and I'm not no chaser. I love Lotto. I think she raw as hell, but it has been multiple videos of, like, her biting off, like, a lot of different artist shit, and, like, y'all can't say I'm lying, because the proof is in the pudding. So I'm just the one that'll tell the truth, and I'm gonna end up getting bashed for it, because I'm just being honest. But I do think she's a fucking very talented artist. I just feel like she, like, you know, because Lotto, you hopped on a drill song, and a song particularly that I was on, so it just, like, you're not a drill artist. So I was thinking, like, maybe she was trying to understand Chicago lingo and went down all of our pages to get some inspiration about what she should say for her verse. That's how I took it. It wasn't so much as, oh yeah, she was trying to steal my shit. But yeah, she ended up speaking about that, so she did her little live about that. But that's just to clear the air on that. So anyways, fast forward back to the situation with It. So after It did that, Mello went live and all that good shit about me, just trying to troll and drag me and all this shit. Cool. So I end up was like, we beefing about rap. I'm gonna make a rap disc. So that's when I drop my rap disc. Y'all can go listen to it. It's called Is This a Prank or whatever. And I did that title or whatever because she used to be like, is this a prank? Is this a prank? So I was like, bitch, is this a prank? The fuck? So that's why I named it Is This a Prank, to basically troll her. And in that video, I dropped all the facts about everything I ever like spoke about. Because one thing about me, they call me the receipt queen. Like, I keep fucking receipts. And y'all can never say I'm lying about anything because I literally bring a fact about any fucking thing. I don't play that. Y'all gonna call me no liar, none of that shit. So just so you know, everything I'm saying, also help me God, I'm not lying about that shit, for real. So cool, after I dropped my song, everybody on Facebook that was like trolling me with her, I seen all their comments. It was so many screenshots and shit I had on my phone of shit that people was saying about me. I was like, look at, like, cause you know, when you send it to the group chat and shit, like y'all gossiping about it. This bitch drops a rap diss about me back a week or so later. She took 3 minutes to call me fat in different ways. Okay, cool. You was trying to get laughs. Basically, in other words, you couldn't handle the fact I just ate your ass up on this disc. So you just had to call me fat. Cool. Then she saying it like, yeah, Glorilla said you was stinking in the dressing room when we performed that Glorilla tour. Now, let me just fucking say this and set this clear. I am not trying to be funny when I say this, but I am a very fucking clean, suburban, like to smell good, beauty pageant raised, like princess. Like, one thing about me, I'm not walking around nowhere fucking stinking. Especially if this is my first time performing with Glorilla. Let's just start off with clock that tea for my mama. Because my mama made me wear designer perfume. But like I was saying, my mama made sure like, oh yeah, like today, like you finna do your big one. Nice outfit. Like you finna do your big one, whatever. Cool. So you can never play with me. And let's just start off with the fact, in the dressing room, it was probably like, felt like 25 to 30 motherfuckers in that big ass dressing room, or the little room they had us in backstage. And then on top of that, bitch, you was the only one sitting next to her the whole entire time. So bitch, if she smelled something, it had to be coming from you. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But she was basically trying to troll. Now it's like you bringing other celebrities in it. And what I hate is that when you bring motherfuckers like Glorilla or Lotto or anybody for that nature into your beef, people are going to believe these people because there are influencers and they are figures. So anything that you say that these people are saying, they're going to take it and run with it. So basically, in a nutshell, I'm saying she was doing a lot of shit and using celebrities to basically try to tarnish my image and get everybody to hate me and do this whole Amari Blaze hate train. So yeah, so after the whole this back and forth, I'm like, okay, cool. She did hers, I did mine. I'm the type of motherfucker, I could let shit go. You just baked me, you did all that. I don't really give a fuck. And I've been saying from the jump, like, I'm not fighting hoes, because y'all have to understand this is Chicago. A lot of fights don't go really far without a motherfucker getting popped. I'm not scared of y'all, but I'm for damn sure scared of a motherfucking bullet. And all these bitches in Chicago be acting like they don't fear shit. Bitch, okay, I just see so many of you bitches ducking every time, running every time some bullets go off. You hoes is scared. So like the flogging and bapping y'all be doing as females is just mind boggling to me, because none of y'all is really like that. But anyways, it was a whole, like, it wasn't that I didn't want to fight her. It's like, I know where this shit'll go. These is like bitches, like trench bitches that don't give a fuck if they have everything to lose at stake. And I have a lot to lose. I have a family I have to make proud. So the morals and principles I'm raised on, I'm just not gonna let any bitch say anything about it or ruin it. Alright, y'all, so this is the part of the story where it get juicy or whatever. This is the actual night that I got jumped and stabbed. It was 2 nights before Halloween. I had an event to host, and just keep in mind, y'all, when I go outside, I'm real humble. Like, I know I got clout. I know I'm an upcoming artist and everything, but I don't really go to many places with security unless it's like major events. But little club events, stuff like that, I go by myself or with a couple friends, whatever the case may be. Now, keep in mind, yes, I knew we was into it, but I at least thought, like, if anything, she'll shoot her one with me. It wouldn't be all that I'm finna tell y'all. Okay, so boom, full disclaimer, everything that I'm about to tell y'all, I kind of found out a lot of it after the fact, but it all ties into what was actually going on that night. right? So cool. So I was at the club, probably got there around like 9, 10, somewhere around that time. I came with my cousin's sister. So I called the girl cousin, but she's not my blood cousin, right? My blood cousin, that's her sister, was supposed to go, but she ended up like not feeling well that night. So we was like, fuck it. Us two just gonna go, and that's just what's gonna happen. So we went together, but we're not as tight as me and my blood cousin. So it was kind of just like, we gonna go together just to go together, and she gonna do her own thing, and I'm gonna do my own thing. Now, okay, so I'm enjoying the whole night, turning up. Y'all know how I do. Like, I'm a vibe. Like, I'm really the life of the party. All that. Now, keep in mind, the whole night that I'm there, Mello and 2, 3 other girls is her sister, Destiny, and her best friend, Damon, and another girl. They're all outside the club waiting, basically, for the club to get over because they didn't want to go on somebody's property doing whatever they was finna do. Cool. So they was outside waiting from like probably 11 o'clock to like 1 something in the morning, 2 something in the morning. I think the club closed at like almost 2 or whatever the fuck. But yeah, they was outside waiting. Like, them girls, like, they was really thirsty to see me, basically. Now, let's just keep in mind, it's not hard to get up with me because I don't be hiding, right? But the reason she found out my location is because a boy that I was at the party saw me and texted her and basically was like, if you send me some money, I'll send you Amari's location. She sent him the money. He sent her my location so he can get a fifth of Dawn or a bottle or whatever the fuck. So basically, a nigga or a fan ass person sent my location so she can know where I was at. So that's how she figured out where I was at. Now, I have to go forward a little bit, then go back. The reason that she stayed outside so long, she texted the DJ, his name is DJ Skinny, and asked him, was I still, mind you, I found all this afterwards, but she asked him, was I still in the club, because she was getting tired of waiting on me to come out the club. And he confirmed, it was like, yeah, she's still in here. Okay, so DJ Skinny Fat Ass is Mello's personal DJ, or is, I don't know. That was her personal DJ at the time. DJ Skinny knows me personally, and like, it'd be so funny because people kick it in your face, do all that, and be set up backdoor, but that's a whole nother story. He really irrelevant to this story, but he relevant in that aspect. So he told her, confirmed, like, yeah, she's still up in here, or whatever the case may be. So when we was leaving out, my cousin's sister was still inside. I don't know if she was talking to a nigga inside, still kicking it, but I was going outside to go get the car. Okay, so as soon as I walked outside, it was like a small circle of people that I knew or whatever. I walked up to the small circle and I was like, bye everybody. Everybody get home safely. Y'all have a good night. I'm giving motherfuckers hugs and shit, right? As soon as I turn around, I see a bitch black as night, hoodie on, tied up, all black on, all like basically trying to like be a smooth criminal and shit. And she was like, come here, bitch, or something like that, and just bust off me. So it wasn't no, oh, Amari, let's square up. It's Mello. I'm outside. It wasn't none of that. It was basically like catching me lacking. If you put it like that, that's basically what the fuck it was. Or whatever. So cool. So now, at first, I didn't even know who I was fighting, but it's like, as I'm fighting, I'm like, of course it's this bitch. Because it's just like, who the fuck else just finna come up to me unknowingly and just hit me? You know? Now, let's just clock this tea. I definitely was hitting her ass back. But once we started, like, fighting, and keep in mind, it's a barbershop right next door to the event space. Like, literally, neck and neck, right next door. And we're fighting. We're going towards the barbershop window. That's when her best friend and her sister, they jump in or whatever. So now they hitting me and punching me and shit like that. Keep in mind, y'all, I'm two-some, okay? I'm not no itty-bitty committee. I'm a thick, chunky girl. So I'm by the glass window, 3 bitches punching on me. We all go through that bitch. Like, that motherfucker, like, bitch, like, I don't know why people be thinking, like, I'm Hercules or something. But it's 3 against 1. It was only so much I could do with 3 bitches, you know? So, cool. Now I go through the window. My back and my butt is like glass filled. So my body went numb. At this point, I don't feel a hole punching. I don't feel a hole doing nothing. For real. Like, cause now it's like I'm just all like fucked up, back cut up and some more shit, right? Cool. So Mello, she takes a piece of the glass and she stabs it into my hand, which is why I got tendon surgery right here. As y'all can see, it's like a little surgery mark. Had tendon surgery because of that. Or whatever, cool. They punching me, stomping on me, spitting on me, all type of shit. And then once she stabbed me in my most dominant hand, I stopped fighting back. I'm going to keep it buck with y'all. I was like, fuck it. I'm already through this glass. If I die, if anything happened to me, I'm not even finna fight back at this point. I'm numb. I can't feel shit. It's 3 against 1. I'm outnumbered. It is what it is. Like, once my hand went limp and I couldn't even ball up my fist no more, I kind of knew at that point, like, it is just the L. Like, so cool. Then her big bobblehead ass best friend, Diamond, has some type of pocket weapon, pocket knife or some shit. And this bitch starts stabbing me in my thigh. Now, I could get up and show y'all the damn stab wounds from the thigh, but I had posted it when everything first happened. Like, so I had also surgery on my thigh as well because I was bleeding profusely and all that stuff. So she stabbed me in my thigh. So at that point, I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm finna die. Bitch is stabbing now. Like, you hoes so damn intimidated by me. You hoes don't never fight alone. And keep in mind, they didn't jump 16-year-olds before. They didn't jump other motherfuckers before. Like, this is what they do. So it's just like, you know, like, at this point, you bitches get it. Like, it was just like, okay, there's nothing I could do at this point. Okay, now, once I actually, like, they got up and or whatever, my cousin's sister came out there. She claimed after the fact, like, she just had knee surgery. That's why she didn't jump in. I personally don't give a fuck, bitch. My knee would have been back fucked up for mine. But, like I said, me and her wasn't that close. So, everybody was kind of thinking, like, I had more people with me or more girls. I was with one girl. And I was with somebody that I wasn't even, like, for sure would rock out with me. You're not going to catch me doing that shit no more. But, yeah, so I wasn't really tripping about her. Like, I don't even care about her no more. Because it was just like, I just know not to ever kick it outside with you. You're not the bitch that's going to rock out. So, you don't even need to be around me. Because you knew what was going on before we even, popped out together. So, that was neither here nor there. But, after I had got up or whatever, they was like... And they stopped and she was like, now square up. Now get your fair one. Excuse me, Mello's sister, Destiny, was like, now square up. Get your fair one with my sister. Bitch, what? Fair one? Bitch, I'm cut up. I'm finna go to the fairest, nearest hospital, bitch. I'm not getting no fair one with nobody no more. Bitches ain't give me my fair one. Now you wanna, after I get stabbed up, jumped up, all type of shit, now bitches wanna get your fair one. Girl, shut up, because you hoes finna die. That was my initial feeling, like, bitch, all you hoes finna die. Like, you can hear me on the video saying, nah, fuck that. You bitches finna die. Because that's dead ass what was finna happen. So, anyways, they started spitting on me as I was walking off. So when you see me flinch in a little video, it wasn't flinching because I was scared. I flinched because I got spit in my eye. And it was like, I can't even do nothing right now because you bitches spitting on me like I want to do, because I know I'm fucked up and I'm not capable of doing what I really want to do to you hoes right now. Because honestly, baby, look, motherfuckers better be lucky it was nothing around or nobody around. Okay, cool. So, of course, everybody was just standing around watching and recording because it's Chicago. They going to record before they help you. Cool. So, I ended up getting in the car. Me and my cousin sister, we went to the hospital or whatever. So, first we went to Roseland Hospital. When we get to Roseland Hospital or whatever, I instantly go on the table. They getting all the glass out my body, all that shit. They finna, stitch me up, make sure I'm okay, all that good stuff. Cool. Now, Mello is live. She's on Clubhouse and she's on live, basically popping it. Yeah, I just beat Amari Blaze's ass. I punched this bitch through the glass. She trying to get her little clout moment because her image is pretty op, but bitch really ugly though. But she trying to get her whole little, 10 seconds of fame or whatever off that little situation. Cool, which she been dragging it ever since then. Like, I'm her whole storyline, for real. But yeah, so after that whole situation happened, now, the doctor that was working on my body ended up being Mello's friend. Her name Jada or something like that. She ended up being her friend's auntie. And the auntie is basically the doctor that was working on me and told them that I was at the hospital. So, now it's hella motherfuckers outside of the hospital, and the doctors don't know if them my ops or if them family members. So I had to get secretly transferred from Roseland to Christ Hospital because it was too many motherfuckers outside for me, and they did not know who to trust. So I don't know if you can sue for that, but I'm gonna find out. And when I find out who that auntie is, I'm on your ass. And you better hope you don't lose your job. But anyways, after that whole situation, I go to Christ, I get healed, boom. But let me also clear the air when it comes to the whole police situation. When it initially happened, no police were called, okay? But when you have somebody that's viral, it's going around the whole world of somebody getting jumped and stabbed outside of a club on camera, police are going to show up to the hospital or whatever. But when they showed up, they asked me for my name and everything. But they didn't even really, go too deep into what happened. They said they'll talk to me later because the doctors had to work on me. So police was never talked to the initial night that everything happened. Now, after the fact or whatever, they was contacting me and they was like, do you want to move forward with pressing charges on her? So let's just keep in mind, my family had a conversation with me and they gave me two options. And the two options was basically everybody finna be into it, or you gonna do the, mature thing and just press charges, leave it alone. Now, I know what everybody gonna say. Oh, you should have bugged. Y'all should have got into it. You should have got your lick back. But the reality of it is there's no such thing as getting a lick back or blood being shed without blood being shed. Let's just keep it a buck. This is Chicago. Continuance of beef is only going to end in one direction, right? And the thing is, I myself don't be giving a fuck to be in tour with anybody. But then I got little sisters and brothers and nieces and nephews and aunties and uncles and mamas and dads. I got motherfuckers in my life, in my ear, they still got to worry about their protection, their safety. If a motherfucker gonna try to do something to them, because you know how Chicago is. If you can't get to the op, who you gonna go for? The motherfucker that they love the most. So I had to sit there and think, am I finna, mess up everything that I built up for myself? I felt like it was a real test. God was really testing me to, really, see if I was finna let the devil win. For real. So, yeah, the police did reach out to me, told me to come up to the police station, make a report, all that shit, what I want to do. So, yes, I did it. And my family also told me, you can get paid off this situation. You can have a civil suit. The doctors, they was doing all this, all that. It was on public property. Shit like that, you can get some money. So, that was my whole thing, is I need to get some money off the situation. I don't give a fuck because, she can go to jail, all this other good shit. But my whole thing was I need to be paid for my, troubles. I don't give a fuck. So, yeah, I pressed charges or whatever the case may be. But before I even really pressed charges on her, they already told me, they wasn't going to arrest her that night. Whenever she gets in a traffic stop or picked up for something, then that's just when they gonna have to get her. They not gonna go knocking on her door, all that shit. So I kind of had forgot about the whole thing a little bit, moved past it and was focused on getting some money. And keep in mind, this bitch act like she just caught a body or something. This is still technically a fight that went left, real left, So it's just even if she went to jail, I knew in my spirit, this bitch not gonna do life. If I would have died, that would have been a different story. But I already know how this shit go. And the thing is, technically with them stabbing me, it would have been considered an attempt murder. But when you're doing an attempt murder in court, you have to prove that they was trying to murder you. Because some people can go into a fight and something bad happens, and then it can be pre-planned, so it's not as simple. So yeah, it got knocked down to an assault or with a deadly weapon or whatever the case may be, all that good shit. Cool. But before she even got arrested the first time, it was 5 months after the whole situation happened. 4 or 5 months after. Maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. I can't even really remember at this point because it's been so fucking long. And that's so irritating because this shit just been getting dragged on for way too long. But when she had got arrested the first time, this is what she looked like. But of course, when it actually came down to them posting her mugshot, they took another picture of her and she posted the one of her smiling or whatever the case may be. And my whole thing is when it comes to her, this girl tries to prove so much that nothing bothers her. Like, she just so bigger than the program, and, can't shit be done to her, or whatever the case may be. You really was, like, fucked up and still fucked up about this situation. So she was just trying too hard to prove a point to the internet, like, yeah, I just did my big one. I'm smiling in my mug shot. I'm finna use it as cover art. Girl, bye. You was really in this bitch shitty off all them drugs. And Mello be doing boy drugs. So it's like when you dealing with bitches that do boy drugs, like, you can't reason with them hoes. Them hoes need a point to prove. They ass already, like, fucked up in life. Like, bitch. Like, anyways, though. So after she got arrested, they put her on house arrest and electronic monitoring or whatever. So she had 2 bands on her legs. So of course her whole thing at this point was just to prove to y'all, like, oh, I'm not letting this shit phase me, yada yada yada. Whole time her ankle swollen, heavy as hell, scratching the fuck out them bitches. Like, so it was just, I already knew, like, I already had in my mind what she was gonna do. So then she dropped the whole little Snitch K thing. And then you had all the famous people up under there. Yeah, free you off the house arrest stuff. I had all the motherfuckers that I used to hang out with in the back of my video shoes, let backstage with me, brung to performances, all dick riding this girl. When I tell y'all, so many of my old friends backdoored me just to kick it with this bitch. It was crazy. And what was so funny about, like, the whole No Limit Drench shit, like, let's just backtrack. Herb ain't never posted, been yet talked about this bitch before we dropped Mouse Couture. So that whole No Limit Lady of 79 shit just came about. And that's some publicity stunt fame shit. And if you ain't peeped that by now, that man ain't been gave a damn about this girl. Because if that's the case, she should have been up way before Mouse Couture. But yeah, so he up under there, Snitch K, da-da-da. So I'm seeing everybody, what they own little opinions, stuff like that. But what's crazy is, fast forward, I done seen all these people in person and the energy wasn't giving that. I done had a lot of No Limit people, like, see me and be like, oh, that's female shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So it's just like, all the hate that I was getting on the internet from motherfuckers wasn't what I got in real life. Now, of course, everybody was in my comments, rat this, rat that, rat this, rat that. Let me just, like, give y'all another full disclaimer. Mello was not versus me. She was versus the state, okay? Like, the state picked it up way before it had anything to do with me. The only thing that I would have to do is basically testify in court if it got to the point of where I had to get on the stand and shit or whatever. So she was versus them. So it was a point in time last year, 2024, when her and J-Mane came on some, let's push this peace shit, let's have a meeting, let's sit down, let's get all the girls back together, and Mouse Couture and all this shit. And you know what? After that whole year, y'all, it took me to really find God, go to church, and try to be a saved person for me to really find it in my heart to forgive her for this situation. So I'm like, okay, you know what? If she's matured from it, I'm willing to have a sit down. So what's crazy is my nice ass was willing to not testify in court if she was to, have a genuine apology. I needed some money for sure, because I wasn't doing shit without no money. I don't give a fuck. And because I lost out on a lot of performances because people were scared to work with me. People was trying to blackball me or whatever the case may be. So, yes, bitch, y'all got to pay me. I don't give no fuck. We got to figure out something. That labor money got to be hitting on some. It can't all be a stunt. But anyway, so I'm like, we're going to have to figure out something. But I'll sit down and talk to her. I won't get on the stand. Mind you, she had her ex-boyfriend, DCG, Sean, and them making disses about me, talking shit about me. But me and B-Sav in the inbox talking about coming up with a reality show for Chicago and how we need to be on this money shit and fuck all this, internet shit. So it was just like they was dick riding her in the public, but kicking it with me in private, though. So cool, y'all. Let me just tell y'all, it's so much that happened from the end of 2023 up until now, like the whole 2024. After she said, like, she wanted to sit down and have a talk and everything with me, 2 weeks later she dropped a song talk about I put bitches through the window. So it's like, okay, bitch, at this point, like, I don't know if you want to be friends, if you want to keep up your pretty op image, because the only fucking hit you got is Mouse Couture and Move. So I don't know if you, like, trying to just do whatever to stay relevant or keep your name, because, like, she kept using me, kept, like, bringing up that same situation. And it's like, me personally, I don't consider that a win, because you had help, bitch. You ain't dogged me by yourself. So it was just like, she just kept chasing it with me to the point to where it was like, you know what? Okay, bitch, like, whatever happens to you at this point, I don't give a fuck. So keep in mind, from her people to my people, like, motherfuckers was in communication. We had third party people trying to, like, all, like, figure out a way we could, like, make this right. Now keep in mind, y'all, I've since day one always been a girl's girl, and my whole goal with this shit, even after being jumped and stabbed, was to still keep up the image of who I truly am, and that's a girl's girl. So, you know, everybody looked at me as crazy, like, how could Amari forgive her? How could she be so mature? I could never be that mature. And it's just like, yeah, but like, y'all have to understand, like, I really found God, okay? Shout out Pastor Hannah. But like, not even trying to be cliche or funny, but like, after going to church and like him saying like Jesus gave Judas the bread, and he gave it in front of all the people, and they was like, why would you give an enemy to all that shit? And I'm just like, listen, it gotta be something like telling me to just find it in my heart to forgive and move on from this. So cool. So now we at the point where it's the whole court situation. So what we viral for right now, she makes this whole post like she beat the case, yada 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 yada. Now my lawyers haven't even called me from this point, so I'm finding out on the internet she beat the case. So I'm like, you know what, like, the way that I've been so peaceful, all the blessings been coming to me, I'm not going to let this situation bring me back to a point to where I'm filled with hate and anger. So I made a post and I'm like, you know what? I'm happy for her. I hope she learned a lesson from it. I hope we can now move on from this. And it wasn't so much as happy for her, like, I'm happy that she whooped my ass and won. It was more so like, I'm happy to be over this shit. I'm happy to move past it and finally come to a place to where we could just dead this whole thing, right? So come to find out, my lawyers called me and they like, I'm like, she beat the case and y'all ain't tell me. They say no, she didn't beat the case, because she on there like, no weapons, no this, no that. Whole time she pled guilty. So if y'all know how courts work, when you plead guilty, they'll give you a lesser charge so you can avoid jail time. Her original jail time was 4 years, or taking what she took. So she took 30 months of probation. She took picking up trash outside. She took five day a week check-ins, 6-month check-ins or something like that. She has to do anger management classes. Like, she has to do like a lot of reporting to them. She can't go out the country until her 30 months is up, and she can't get in any trouble at all with the law, or she will be doing her whole 5 years, or whatever the case may be. And my whole thing about that whole situation, so yeah, so the courts granted her that, and 9 times out of 10 they offer her that, because with her being a known celebrity or whatever, or upcoming celebrity, money talk, and she's a female, and the court, like, you know, give leniency to other females. Like, people didn't get off on murder charges, and, you know, I wasn't even mad about it, because I mean, Diamond right now is still like going through the whole situation with her court dates and everything, because their situation is separate, because she was the one actually stabbing me with the damn weapon. So we'll find out about what's going to happen with that, but I'm pretty sure they'll give her some of the same nature. And honestly, like, everybody wants me to be so upset, so angry with the results, and, you know, she get to do this, she was just doing this and doing that, and she had tours and this, that, and third. But y'all have to understand, from day one, like I said, I don't hate on no bitch, and the whole point of this was for all of us to be successful, honestly. And just to clock out T, I don't want to be an ounce of this bitch friend at all. Nothing in my soul wants to be her friend, because bitches like her, they don't move right. They don't got no soul, no heart, no like consideration. They slow, they like simple-minded, and they messy, and they drag shit. And it's just like, I don't hate the bitch, cause it's like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Like, shout out my man, but my man literally be keeping me sane. I have a Christian man, so I really be trying to like stay calm in my relationship. And I have people, like real good people and role models in my ear, like, don't let this, you know, be your story. So I've just been focusing on this not being my story, but it's been a lot of dragging. And that's why I feel like I had to get on here and speak my piece about it, because y'all be loud and fucking wrong. But now though, if you like got any questions about anything or comments about anything that you feel like you didn't understand and you need to get cleared up, please feel free to comment. Because like I said, I'm the receipt queen and I don't bap about not a fuck thing. But when it comes to this whole situation, I just want to move past it. Y'all act like y'all never seen a motherfucker get jumped, get stabbed. Like, y'all just love dragging me. This whole Amari Blaze hate train, it just played out. I really don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all always talk about fat this, fat that. Let's just keep in mind, y'all dogged Glow. I can think of a whole bunch of rappers that y'all dogged when they first came out about their appearance and how they looked. All it takes is a little bit of money and a motherfucker fix up how they look in an instant second. Bitch, if I want to hop on the table, get a BBL, I'll go do that. You feel me? So it's just like, all that shit can get changed. But the inside of me is very godly, baby. And ain't none of y'all stopping me from meeting my God because y'all want me to be angry and bitter. So I love y'all.